What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel and thank you for tuning in. So today's video is not the most aesthetically pleasing video. As you can see, I just have a boring old fence behind me, but I'm actually on break at work, and I figured I would make this video. This video is basically on the benefits of not drinking alcohol and the risks involved of drinking alcohol. For this video, I have made a list, so the video itself is a little bit more consistent. So let's just go ahead and get started. Enough of the talking. First, I'm going to go through the benefits of not drinking alcohol. So the first on the list is improved liver function. That's probably one of the most obvious. Now, if you're wondering, can your liver heal after doing damage to it? Yes, it can. Actually, with most people, between 4 to 8 weeks after not drinking any alcohol, liver functions can return to normal. That's not with everybody, but that's with most cases. If it's been really bad, then maybe your liver will never be back to normal. Number two. Lower risk of cardiovascular disease. That's an important one. If you guys don't know this, cardiovascular disease is actually the #1 cause of death in the United States. A little bit sad, but if you quit drinking now, you might just lower your risks of dying from a heart attack or any other cardiovascular disease which comes with that. Next. Basically reduces the risk of cancer. If you stop drinking, it reduces your risk of cancer. If you didn't know, cancer is the #2 cause of death in America, right behind the cardiovascular disease. That fact for me was very surprising. I actually thought it was cancer first, but no, it's cardiovascular disease first, and then cancer comes in #2. So stop drinking and you have less risk of getting cancer. Another benefit that comes with not drinking is weight loss. This one is, it doesn't go for everybody. This one fluctuates, I think. Now, when I quit drinking, I actually gained weight. Why? Because I started substituting my alcohol with sweets. If you don't know this, alcohol turns into sugar in your body, and that's why we typically eat less sweets when we're drinking. It's really funny, a lot of people develop a sweet tooth when they quit drinking, and that's one thing that I did. Some people don't develop a sweet tooth when they quit drinking. Those are the people who typically lose weight. Now, I would suggest when you quit drinking, don't focus and stress about your weight too much. Quit drinking because you want to be healthier. Indulge a little bit in the candy. It's okay, you know, as long as it's not too much. And then you can cut out the candy later once you've been used to not drinking. So, you know, don't cut out too many things at once. But anyways, I would say if you're trading out alcohol for candy, that's a pretty good trade. Healthier skin, that's something that I noticed. I'll never forget when I came out of detox. I was only in there for 7 days. No. It was more, detox itself was, I think that was like 8 or 9 days actually. It felt like a lifetime. But by the time I got out of there, my friend saw me like the next day and he was like, "Man, you look like you're alive again. Your skin has color again." And he was right. And I saw some photos of myself when I was drinking as compared to when I came out. And he was right. I had a lot of life back in my skin. It's something that it's hard to notice until you go through it yourself. The next benefit would be better sleep, actually. If you didn't know this, drinking disrupts REM. That's rapid eye movement. That's the cycle of sleep, actually, where you recover from things and have your dreams and all that kind of stuff. So if you're tired of waking up tired, like I know you are, put down the bottle. Stop drinking. You'll be really surprised at how nice it is to get a full night's rest and then to wake up the next morning sober and I'll never forget, once I sobered up, one of the best feelings in the world was actually waking up in the morning and feeling like new. And it was a feeling that I didn't have for a very long time. And the first few days of waking up sober, it was very refreshing. It was, I felt like I didn't have that feeling since I was a kid, actually. So the next one, the next benefit of not drinking alcohol is less frequent sickness. Your immune system. Alcohol affects the immune system. It makes it worse. So you're prone to being sick more often. So if you don't like being sick, it doesn't help that you're drinking. The next one is pretty obvious. Better concentration. We all know that it's pretty hard to concentrate on anything when you're drinking. Those two just do not go together. And then the next one is improved mental health. This one I can attest to. I attest to this one personally. It makes depression and anxiety worse. Drinking makes depression and anxiety much worse. It's really kind of sad because a lot of the reasons why most of us start drinking is because of depression and anxiety. So if you want to get rid of those two things, don't pick up the bottle. That's like the worst thing. Maybe it'll get rid of it for the moment. But it comes back the next day when you're sober again, or when you. But the thing is, if you want to drink again, it'll only go away for so long. At some point, those problems, that depression and that anxiety, you'll drink, and then it's still there when you're drinking, and that's the dangerous part. That's when you get these thoughts of. Maybe you want to kill yourself because you're drinking, you're not thinking correctly. So, or you're just irrational. So when I quit drinking, my depression and anxiety at first skyrocketed, and the reason why is because I said this in another video. It was almost like being born again. It's like your eyes are open, and you become conscious of all the problems that you have and all these feelings that you were suppressing, but you have to deal with them. And once you deal with them, that depression and that anxiety, it gets so much better. And let me tell you something, mine is gone. Okay, so it works, guys. Stop drinking. I'm telling you, please. Mood changes, increased aggression, and paranoia. I experienced all of those basically. Okay, that's the benefits paper. It's okay because that was the end of that one. I'll go pick that up after the video. So now let's move on to the risks of drinking. Okay, why it's bad to drink. A lot of these are going to be repeated of benefits, opposites of the benefits, but whatever. Let's do this. Heart disease. You have a higher risk of heart disease, cardiovascular disease, which again is the #1 cause of death in the United States of America. Number 2, you have more increased risk of cancer. Again, #2 cause of death in America. Obesity. Nobody wants to be fat. Listen, I let myself go. I'm actually getting ready to go on like a kind of diet kind of thing, and I'm going to document that, my weight loss journey, because since I've been sober, I gained the weight with alcohol. And then when I became sober, I never really lost it. In fact, like I said, I kind of replaced it with eating. So that's something that's about to change. Liver disease. You have an increased risk of liver disease, and I'll tell you what, that's not pretty. A friend of mine, her uncle died of liver disease, and basically he died by vomiting chunks of his liver. Somehow he was coughing, and he died in a pool of blood coming out of his mouth and chunks of organs coming out of his mouth. Is that how you want to go? That's horrible. I mean, if that's how you want to go, by all means, do what you do, but not me, okay? So, auto accidents, automobile accidents, we all know this. We have a higher risk of car accidents when we're drinking and driving. I can say that's the one thing that I was really good at. I actually, for the most part, didn't drink and drive. I would always crash at someone's place. So, guys, don't drink and drive. You're going to take your life, but you're going to take someone else's too. That is innocent, you know. So that's the biggest asshole-ish thing that you could do. Immune dysfunction, again, that goes hand in hand with not being sick as much. So alcohol lowers your immune system. If you don't want to be sick, then yeah. Depression, we've already been over that. Stomach bleeding, that sounds like hell. I don't think I ever experienced it, or if I did, I wasn't aware of it. Sorry for the wind, guys. I'm going to be getting a microphone here pretty soon. Hold on. The wind, I swear, it's taken my shit here. Okay. Stomach bleeding, we don't want that. Jaundice, that's a fairly popular, well-known problem amongst extreme alcoholics. That's where you see the liver stops processing as well, and all the toxins in your body start to build up, and you'll see people, their eyes are yellow, and it doesn't go away. Their skin starts to become yellow. That's a sign of liver failure, and that's jaundice. That's really scary. So what I want you to do right now is go into the mirror if you're still drinking and look at your eyes. Are they yellow? Are they starting to turn yellow? If they are, you better quit pretty soon. And eventually, if it's not too far along, it can reverse, I believe. But don't play with fire, guys. Diabetes. If you don't want diabetes, or if you already have diabetes and you don't want it to get worse, drinking does not help. All of that alcohol turns into sugar in your body. And for diabetics, no good. Luckily, I'm not diabetic. I don't want to be. Thank you, God. Knock on wood. All right. This one's for the guys here. A major drawback of alcohol is erectile dysfunction. Not every alcoholic experiences it, but some do. And they have a word for it. It's called whiskey dick. Or at least that's what we called it. You can't get it up. Not cool, guys. All right. But for the same goes on the other side for the women. Women, you are not off the hook, because another drawback of drinking is vaginal dryness. Nobody likes a dry vagina, women. So if you don't want to be uncomfortable in bed, maybe you should stop drinking. And let me tell you, the sex gets a lot better if you're not drinking, if you know what I mean. So anyways, if you want to have a kid, there's a higher risk of birth defects. If you want to, that's horrible. I mean, I couldn't imagine how I would feel if I had a baby that had birth defects, and I knew deep down inside that baby had birth defects that they had to deal with for their whole life because I wanted to pick up a bottle and get drunk. Again, extremely gigantic asshole thing to do. And again, if you're an alcoholic and drinking all the time, how can you take care of a kid? You really can't. And the last fact is, and I didn't know this, but this is really interesting. Alcohol plays a role in 1 out of 3 violent crimes. 1 out of 3 violent crimes, alcohol is involved. Imagine how much better the world would be if we weren't all so addicted to alcohol. Peace.